Leaders took historic action at the United Nations on Friday in an effort to slow the effects of climate change and fix some of the damage when they signed the climate deal reached in Paris last December. VOA UN correspondent Margaret Besheer reports.
Super cyclone Winston slammed into the Pacific island nation of Fiji in February, killing 44 people and causing $1 billion in damage.
The frequency and intensity of extreme weather events such as Winston's is increasing. And we all have to be fearful about what this means, not only for ourselves, but for future generations.
UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon has long urged leaders to take action on climate change.
That is the only way which we can save this one only planet Earth.
Last December in Paris, leaders hammered out the details of an agreement to limit global temperature rise to well below 2 degrees Celsius. It also lays out a roadmap for reducing greenhouse gas emissions and mitigating the effects of a warming planet. That includes moving towards renewable energies such as wind and solar power. In New York on Friday, leaders from more than 130 countries will take the first step towards implementing their commitments by signing the agreement. Then governments must ratify it.
For the Paris Agreement to enter into force, it must cross two critical thresholds. First, at least 55 parties to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change must ratify the agreement, and those 55 parties or more must represent at least 55% of global greenhouse gas emissions.
Key to implementation are China and the United States, which together account for about 40% of the world's emissions. Both have urged early entry into force of the deal. The target date is 2020, but if countries ratify quickly, it could happen this year or early 2017. Margaret Besheer, VOA News, the United Nations.